Lucky anglers on board the Grande out of San Diego got to see these beautiful killer whales the other day. They are the largest members of the dolphin family, found in every ocean in the world. They sleep with one eye open, consume about 100 to 300 pounds of food a day. Males can weigh over 20,000 pounds. Just another reason to get out and go fishing. Some of the great things you get to see. Orcas on the Grande. Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. It truly is a gorgeous morning down here. It's a little overcast, but there is no wind, and look at that ocean, man. It is beautiful, calm, gorgeous, with lots of fish awaiting you, that is for sure. And tonight is lobster season here in Southern California. It opens up at 6 p.m. It should be a crazy night out on the water, so we'll be covering that as we move forward. But right now, we've got a lot of yellowfin and bluefin. We've got some orcas off the bow of the Grande, as you saw. We've got so much for you because you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Thanks for making time in your busy schedule to spend a few minutes with me every single day. Thousands of you are doing it. Almost 4 million views here on our YouTube channel alone. If you add everything up, well over 10 million now with all our social media, and I can't thank you enough. Hit that like button, share these videos if you are enjoying them. Tick the bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Leave a comment down below. Where is my driftwood? It's gone. Maybe somebody picked it up. My driftwood that was with me for 3 straight days. Don't forget, we're also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and Spotify and Apple Podcast as my voice goes down the tubes. Great show last night, Danny Cadota's show. Go back and watch that one. It's archived for you right now. Danny had his chiropractor, Gary, on the show. Gary, such a gentleman, such a knowledgeable fisherman, and talking about the right way to pull on fish and how you can prevent injuries, so much more. It was a great show, and of course they get into everything from tuna fishing to bass fishing, so much more. What a great show. What an honor to have Gary and Danny on last night on the Danny Cadota Show. Hey, 10% off if you go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle on all your lobster gear. Make sure you drop by there, or you can go online, go to promarahi.com and put in Friedman 10 at checkout, and you'll save 10% there. Don't forget, October 20th, we are on board the Independence, independentsportfishing.com. That's a 5-day trip, adding a November 3rd trip on board the Horizon out of H&M Landing in San Diego. Just waiting from Captain Bill Wilkerson for the details, and then I will shoot it your way. I promise you, I'll get you all that information as soon as I get it. And also, don't forget, keep on hitting that like button because it means so much to us here at Friedman Adventures. Really appreciate your support. All right, that was pretty cool, huh? Those orcas off the bow of the Grande. Scott Bucher was decking on the Grande, and he sent me that video. Always great to see spectacles of nature like that one because, man, I'll tell you, that's how blessed we are to be anglers, to be fishermen, to be out on the water, because it's not about the fishing, it's about the adventure, and they certainly were privy to a beautiful sight the other day on board the Grande. All right, let's get across the border. A lot of bonita, a few yellowtail locally, some rockfish and calico bass, and even a couple of sand bass, keep a couple of barracuda. Offshore out of Ensenada, if you find that right kelp or see that turn dip at the right time, there's a lot of yellowfin tuna still moving up the Baja Coast and pushing into LA Orange County areas as well as the San Diego local areas. It's pretty darn good. That flow with this El Nino warm water push continues to head in our direction, and I don't think this season is over by a long shot. We had a water temperature drop. Fish kept biting in it, and I don't see an end to it unless we get really a lot of Arctic-based storms that really muck up the water, cool down the water. I don't see it ending. And, you know, having said that, we've seen this bluefin tuna bite in cold water in January, February, and March. So, I don't know. We may not see an end to this endless summer. That's the way it appears to me. Remember, bluefin tuna have the ability to regulate their body temperatures. They can even move more warm blood around their eyes so they can see more clearly. Perhaps that's why the bluefin tuna is so hard to catch. But they just are able to survive in many different types of oceans environments in terms of water temperature. And that's pretty interesting about the bluefin tuna. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. All right, in San Diego, we continue to see some really great fishing. I'm telling you right now, it has not slowed down. There were some misses. The Liberty had no report. I don't know if that was because he didn't catch or something else was up, but there were some guys who missed. That happens every single day. And that very same boat, the Liberty, for example, I mean, they're red hot. They're going to come right back and slam them the very next day, or whatever boat it is you're talking about. Overall, still really good fishing. The producer, 26 guys. Overnight, 60 yellowfin tuna. I love seeing that YFT because it likes to bite. It's not finicky. It chews up a storm. Most of that fish, 15 to 25 pounds. Nice grade. They also had 10 flatheads, 10 Dorado to go along with it. The San Diego, 40 yellowfin tuna, 5 bluefin tuna. And that was for 34 anglers. The Sea Watch, 22 guys. These are day trips, leave in the morning, come back that same afternoon. 1 bluefin, 30 yellowfin tuna. Highliner, 9 guys, 45 yellowfin tuna for limits. What, I ask you, is wrong with that? And this tuna fishing is going on from, let's say, below San Diego in Mexican waters, of course, Baja, all the way up to the Channel Islands. We're seeing them. Yesterday on the Aloha Spirit, good early signal on the bluefin that fizzled later in the day. We've been seeing a lot of bluefin tuna up in that neck of the woods. It has not really gone light switch on crazy kind of bite yet, but who knows? I think that's in the future for us. Their weather moderated, beautiful up there. No problem at all. It's gorgeous. They're out right now looking around. Hopefully they're going to come up with some catches up there today. If not, they fall back on tremendous rock fishing up there in the Channel Islands. Nothing wrong with that. LA Orange County based boats are also in on this, as you know, out of Davies Lock in Newport Beach to Freelance. 12 bluefin tuna, 1 yellowfin tuna. The Western Pride, 32 guys, 37 bluefin tuna. Nice hit for the boys. 3 yellowfin tuna. The Pride, 22nd Street, landing in San Pedro, California. San Pedro, California. Pardon me. 9 guys, 36 bluefin, 22 yellowfin. Dana Pride, 46 guys, 11 yellowfin, 8 bluefin tuna. Several other boats are getting in on it. Pacific Queen, Pacific Dawn, many other boats out of San Diego limiting out on the bluefin tuna. There's some of that big fish involved in this where you're fly lining 60-pound fluorocarbon. Other times the fish are finicky. You're dropping down to 25 or 30-pound fluorocarbon. Some guys even drop down to 20 when it's that smaller grade fish. Playing with fire, though, as you well know, you hook a big one on 20 and kiss it goodbye. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. But some guys are very good at observing and figuring out, okay, looks like all small grade fish. I can't get a bite. I'm going down to the light line. As always, I'm choosing a hot bait. I'm going to change that bait regularly. I'm watching also all these guys that are bit are long soaking, 5 or more minutes, and then they get bit. Their bait's way out away from the boat. I'm going to butt hook so it swims out that way. Or I'm going to nose hook so I can retrieve the bait slowly and get a bite. All of these things are things that you've got to factor in with your observational skills and will really help you on any given trip. And that also along with making friends with a crew member on the boat, because those guys have that all dialed in. And if you can sap some of their knowledge from them, it always works great. Those guys are fantastic. Crews in Southern California are fantastic, and they will help you a lot. I guarantee you that. Blue Horizon out of Oceanside Sport Fishing. KJ was on board there, and they had, I believe it was, why I didn't write this down, I think 11 bluefin and 3 yellowfin, but KJ said, man, they hooked fish all day long. They should have had way more. KJ brought a friend along from Brazil. She flew in. I think her name was Aida, something like that. And she caught her first bluefin tuna. So that is fantastic. KJ, nice job. Blue Horizon, Oceanside. KJ says, great crew, great times. Really going to love that boat. So that sounds like good stuff to us. Remember, you got to have the kitchen sink with you nowadays, whether you're fishing San Diego, Baja, or LA, Orange County areas. You want to have something with 25 pound on it, something with perhaps 40 to 60 pound. And if you have it, don't go rent it right now. Unless you're on an overnight trip or a day and a half or 3-day trip, then you're going to need something with 100 to 130 pound on there. Jigs at night that have been working in the 250 to 400 gram. And also daytime, really effective in those Daiwa Sakana small shiny type lure, 100 to 150 grams have been working really, really well. So keep that in mind. This Sunday, 11 a.m., 22nd Street Landing, I'll be down there doing a Walk with Phil event. What is it? It's just going for a walk for an hour and then coming back, and we have coffee for you. We can chat about any number of topics, including the great fishing, or if you want to talk about health and what it is you can do to make your life, or as I like to say, put more years in your life, put more life in your years, more importantly. So we'll see you 11 a.m. sharp. We'll be taking off out of 22nd Street Landing, and that should be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you all for that glorious morning. Islands, not much going on. There's a little bit of yellowtail down there at the Coronado Islands. We see that the other day. The Mission Belle was there for 11 yellows, bonita, calico bass, Clemente. Nobody's fishing it. Everybody's offshore right now. But the guys that have been in there have caught a few yellows, had to deal with the crazy sea lions, a little bit of calico bass, Catalina, some whitefish, sheepshead, rockfish, occasional yellowtail, fishing like that. Channel Islands, occasional hit on the white sea bass up there. No huge scores, but there's some sea bass. Great rock fishing up in Santa Barbara. Also, very good fishing going on in that neck of the woods. Along the coast, we continue mostly to catch rockfish right now. There's occasional hits on the calico bass in San Diego, Oceanside, Dana, up there in Redondo, Marina del Rey, especially on their twilight trip, sand and calico bass. A lot of guys during the daytime up and down the coast fish rockfish on their three-quarter day type trips, load up everybody with some of the finest eating fish in the sea, and then they say, I'm out of here. I'm going big game hunting, and they go out and try to catch you a big bluefin or a yellowfin, something like that. It's pretty exciting stuff. In the surf, we are seeing some really good corvina fishing. Man, the tide's going to be high here around, I think, 9 o'clock this morning, and that's a good time to come down here and catch a yellowfin croaker anywhere in Southern California. Yellowfin croaker on a chrome crocodile or corvina, you can fish those right now. Man, this is perfect bean fishing weather. Perfect. See that short water there? See where that wave is breaking right there? Oh my God, a little cast right behind that is perfect. And there's even fish inside of that. They're in 1 foot of water sometimes. Corvina fishing, a lot of fun, light tackle, dig up a sand crab, or head to big fish bait and tackle in Seal Beach, California, your Southern California surf fishing headquarters, where you can find a vast array of baits, from ghost shrimp to worms to so much more. And of course, they've got all the tackle you need. And if you're into the langostas, lobster season, 10% off everything lobster at Big Fish Bait and Tackle until further notice. So drop by there and say hello to the guys and gals at Big Fish Bait and Tackle for me. All right, we're going to be watching this all very, very closely. November the 3rd, put it on your calendar. We'll be on the horizon out of H&M Landing. October the 20th, still some room on our 5-day trip on board the Independence, independentsportfishing.com. Don't forget that. December the 2nd, put that on your calendar. Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club, the Friedman Adventures Christmas party. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you are all, every single one of you, invited to that great event. And this Sunday, down there at 22nd Street Landing, 11 a.m., I'll be there. You should be there too. We'll go for a walk and then come back and BS about whatever it is you want to BS about. Have a great day. Gorgeous morning here. It's a beautiful Friday. And of course, I send you all my very, very best for a great weekend. And I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.